Are the Miami Heat in trouble? We'll find out in today's episode. Welcome back to the Team to Be Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to talk about the Miami Heat. They're winless in the preseason. They're struggling mightily. We're dealing with injuries already before the season has begun. And it's not a good sign right now. But again, it's not time yet to hit the panic button. Again, it's the preseason. The preseason is pretty meaningless. The Heat are 0-5. Does that matter? No, because the regular season has not started yet. It's going to start next week. So I'm super excited for that. But right now, it's pretty obvious that the Miami Heat are going to struggle a little bit in the regular season. And one of the biggest issues, besides the injuries right now, is the offense. Right now, the Miami Heat have struggled offensively in the past 5 seasons or so. And we've been a bottom 10 offensive rated team for the past 5 to 7 years. We've been a bottom 3 scoring team in the last 4 seasons or so. And we've struggled to score. And we've also struggled to hit the three ball. And it's pretty obvious that the Miami Heat are going to miss Duncan Robinson a lot this upcoming season. We're also going to be missing Tyler Hero, who's going to be out until mid November or possibly coming back at the end of November. And the struggle is real. Like through 5 exhibition games, the Miami Heat are 0-5, but the Heat are struggling mightily from three. The Heat are bottom 5 in 3-point shooting percentage, 3-point shooting attempts, and 3-point makes in the preseason. So it'd be surprising if there wasn't at least some free agency remorse with the way the Miami Heat handled the entire offseason. So trading Duncan Robinson away, like that did save us in salary cap space. And we were able to get Simone Fontecchio from the Pistons, who has shown that he's capable of shooting from deep, but last season didn't play that well and struggled and didn't shoot well from three. So I don't think he is a 3-point specialist like Duncan was. So going to be hard to replace him. We, got rid of Max Strus because he signed an extension with the Cavs. We couldn't afford him, so we've lost Max Strus, who was a good 3-point shooter, and we haven't been able to replace these guys. And sure, Tyler Hero is out with an injury, and he's going to come back, but I still have a hard time believing that his presence alone and him coming back alone is going to change the Miami Heat's 3-point output. That's going to be wishful thinking that Norm Powell on extremely high volume can carry us. Niko Jovic, who's a good, pretty much spot up shooter, catch and shoot shooter, can help us. Or Davion Mitchell, who shot 43% last season, which was crazy. Not sure he's going to be able to sustain that in a full season with the Miami Heat. Again, that's all wishful thinking. And at least for now, it doesn't appear that as if the Miami Heat's 3-point shooting is going to dramatically improve much heading into the regular season, which is going to be a huge issue for this Miami Heat team because a lot of teams are shooting more threes than the Miami Heat and they're making more threes. And so this doesn't bode well for the team, especially when they have had an anemic offense for the past few seasons. Last year, again, they ended the season 21st in offensive ranking, which is not great. They struggled offensively. They somehow got even worse in the postseason last year, and they were eliminated at a historic margin at the hands of the Cleveland Cavaliers, losing 2 home games by 37 and then 55 points. So, yes, adding Norman Powell is big. Obviously, we got him for nothing, basically. But now Tyler Hero's hurt and going to miss probably 10 to 15 games or so. So that's trouble for the Miami Heat. We also don't have a true point guard who could set up our players and put them in their spots, essentially. So heading into training camp, the hope was that Erik Spoelstra could help evolve this team's offense. And part of that so-called evolution revolved around picking up the pace focusing on playing our young guys. We traded away some of our veterans and older guys. So Spo said he's going to play the Jaimes, the Pellas, the Jovic's, give them more opportunities. Kalel Ware, and want to play with more pace. Obviously, that's going to be Nico's bread and butter essentially when he's healthy, because he's hurt too. Hasn't played the last few preseason games. I can't imagine him playing the final preseason game, which is this Friday. And so, with that extra pace, though, we still haven't accomplished any success yet offensively. So that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow, and it's been a struggle this whole preseason. So the few bright spots, though, this preseason, even though we're 0-5, is Jaime Jaquez has looked really solid. He looks like he did his rookie season. He is not really shooting threes, which is good because that's not his forte. Yes, he's still going to take some open looks. Yes, he's going to continue to be working on that 3-point shot, but you can see he's just trying to play more off ball. Weak side, he's cutting and he's playing great in that sense. When he has the ball in his hands, he's getting the ball in that mid post and he's using that amazing footwork that he developed in college and during his rookie season, finishing in the paint, getting to the free throw line a little bit. He's been solid and efficient, which is good. Just need him to continue to improve defensively and work on that 3-point shot and make opponents respect that 3-point shot, because they're just going to leave him open in the corner like they did last year and dare him to shoot that. They're going to play off of him. They're going to sag off of him and they're going to rotate off of him. And they're going to be focusing on Tyler when he comes back. They're going to be focusing on Norman Powell or even Bam Adebayo at times. And speaking of Bam Adebayo, he got hurt in that last game against the Hawks, which was an embarrassing loss because the Miami Heat played their rotational players basically and their starters, and the Hawks played basically their G League team. Every single starter and basically rotational player did not play, and yet the Miami Heat still lost. Went to overtime, blew a 7-point lead with a minute left in overtime. So something reminiscent of last season where we blew 17 fourth quarter double-digit leads, where our offense became stagnant and halted and we couldn't get any buckets, which was frustrating. And also going back to the 3-point struggling that I was mentioning earlier, the Heat were like 3 for 30 in that game until they hit a couple threes in overtime. But like they were like 6 for 30 something, which is just pathetic. But Bam Adebayo got hurt in that game. He came out and it looked like he had an ankle injury at first, but actually it was a knee contusion. And he did get an MRI yesterday, and it looks like he's going to be okay. He came back on the bench. So that was obviously a good sign during the game. Nothing serious, nothing to worry about. I assume they're going to hold him out until the opening game against the Orlando Magic. The other bright side also obviously during the preseason has been Kalel Ware's play. So again, Spoelstra called him out again with issues around his motor and his impact on the game, saying that you could stuff the stat sheet, but if it's not impacting winning, if you're a minus 21, like it doesn't matter if you got 18 and 11. Like you got to contribute to winning. He said, I think it was a few games ago when they lost, that he said Kalel had a good few minutes in that game where the plays that he was doing were actually contributing to winning versus the entirety of his minutes, which led to minus 21, which is one of the worst two on the team during that loss to whoever it was. But he has bounced back. He seems like a guy that like needs to get criticized and will then figure it out and will try a lot harder. So he needs to be pushed essentially. He doesn't seem like he has that self-motivation, which could be a little concerning in my opinion. But in the preseason, he's been playing well. He's our leading scorer, leading rebounder. He's averaging 20.3 points per game, 11 rebounds, 1.3 steals per game, shooting 52.5%, shooting 53.3% from three. He's made like 8 threes across the 5 games, I believe. So I think he's made the most 3-pointers out of anybody, which is a little surprising. And he has 3 double-doubles in those 5 games. So he has been one of the bright spots along with Jaime Jaquez, which is great because he is going into his second year and we need him to pop. We need Jaime to bounce back. We need Nico to pop. We need Pelle Larsson to become a good two-way rotational player. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to compete. We don't have enough. We have injuries right now with KJ out. With Davion was hurt but came back recently, so he's a little banged up. Terry Rozier has a hamstring issue. I don't think that really matters because he's not going to really be in the rotation. In my opinion, we'll see unless there's injuries across the board. But Tyler's obviously hurt. Bam is now hurt. So these injuries are piling up, and it's at the wrong time. And I'm not excited about that, but I think we'll be fine. And are there concerns going into the season with this offense? I say yes, for sure. Do we have enough firepower? It all depends. Depends on Andrew Wiggins. Can he be consistent? Can he hit that three ball? Can he get to the free throw line? Can Bam Adebayo give you those 18 to 20 points per game and consistently hit that 3-point shot and be our anchor on defense? Because I think Norman Powell, he's shown in the preseason that he could score. He is a 3-level scorer. He has a great quick first step. He can hit some tough shots. Wasn't very efficient the last game, but he is going to be our guy that we're going to lean into while Tyler Hero is out. So bummer that we can't see Tyler and Norm develop that chemistry during the preseason because Tyler's out. But we'll see, man. Offense has been a struggle for us for the last decade, it feels like. And, defense, I think, will be okay. And that's what we need to lean in to keep us into games, especially if we're not going to hit threes. We're going to need to play really good defense. We're going to really need to get to the free throw line and make a lot of free throws, obviously, at a high percentage and not turn the ball over if we're going to compete because we can't really hit the three ball. So we need guys like Davion, like Nico when he's healthy. Bam, Kalel, hit the three ball, and Simone Fontecchio off the bench. These are guys that need to step up, and it's going to be a collective team effort, and it's going to be an interesting season for the Miami Heat. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.